Good morning, student. Today we will discuss about demonetization in India. Demonetization is the act of removing a currency unit of its status as legal tender. Legal tender, the money which can be legally used to make payment or debts or other obligation in is termed as legal tender money. That means if you purchase any goods and if you want to repay in terms of money, the person cannot refuse to accept it. So, demonetization is the act of stripping a currency unit of its status as legal tender. Now, what are the objective of demonetization? The objective of demonetization to discourage cash system and promote digital transaction, to combat corruption and thereby eliminate black money, to eradicate counterfeit currency, to reduce tax evasion, and to integrate the formal and informal economies of India, to expand tax base, and also some time to reduce the terrorism funding and any other illegal activities. Now, if we go through the history of demonetization in India, then first demonetization on 12th January 1946, currency notes of 500, 1000 and 10,000 are demonetized. The RBI governor C.D. Deshmukh. After that, 16 January 1978, notes of 1000, 5000 and 10,000 are demonetized. And recently, in 8 November 2016, currency notes of 500 and 1000 were demonetized. Now, as per the scheme, people are deposited the old notes of 500 and 1000 in bank or post office account till 31st December 2016, and it is determined that these notes accounted for almost 86% of the country's cash supply, and that is very important point. So the recent demonetization affect our Indian economy is very much. Now question is, what are the benefits of demonetization? The first is reduction of black economy money. Demonetization will help the government to track people having huge black money or uncounted cash. According the RBI, approximately 99.3% of the demonetized banknotes or 15.3 lakh crore or 15.41 lakh crore that had been demonetized were deposited with the banking system. Second is the increase in liquidity position of bank. The liquidity position of the bank increase after demonetization. People have deposited their banded currency, so the liquidity position of the bank also increase. Next is reduction of illegal activities. Black money is used for illegal activities like terrorism funding, gambling, money laundering, and also inflating the price of major asset. So due to demonetization, all anti-national and illegal activities will get reduced because of shortage of fund. Next benefit is reduction of counterfeit currency. The most of the fake currency used to be in in demonetization of 500 and 1000 notes and withdrawal them and introducing new currency, definitely a surgical strike in monetary system, and which will reduce the circulation of fake currency. Next benefit is promoting cashless economy. It is practically impossible to have a 100% cashless economy. However, the proportion of hard cash in the economy will decrease and our economy will get more digitalized. Alternative payment methods, e-wallet, online transaction using e-banking, debit card, card use will increase significantly, and this will increase huge use of such payment system and enable a shift towards a efficient cashless economy, and it will also result in greater transparency. Next benefit is increase in tax revenue. There is an incredible rise in tax collection. Property tax, water tax, other corporation levies in all states have been risen considerably. The income tax collection also increased rapidly. As a result, demonetization, the extended digital transaction, both the direct and indirect tax collection will increase drastically. So these are the benefits of demonetization. Now we'll discuss the negative impact of adverse effect of demonetization or disadvantage. First is inconvenience to the public. It is, you all know that the scheme has caused huge inconvenience to public. They are running to the bank to exchange or deposit or withdraw notes. This sudden announcement has made a situation become chaotic. So that will create problem. Exchange of old currency and new currency, non-availability of cash in ATM also cause a panic, chaos among the people. Second problem is economic recession. Demonetization has deeply affected trade, business, service sector, and consumption sector also. So our economy is heavily dependent on cash. So more than half of the population use cash economy. So it will create problem. Next, additional cost of government, demonetization of old currency and remonetization of these new currency notes of 500, 2000 denomination increase the cost of RBI over 12,000 crore, which is an extra burden of our government. So next, there's a difficulty of cashless and digital transaction. More than 60% of the population are not having and the experience of cashless or digital transaction, so they are facing the problem. So the implementation of this digital transaction method or implementation of cashless economy is a big challenge for the government. Next is difficulty in implementation. This issue of notes of 2000 denomination in place of 1000 denomination has become a burden on the people, or shopkeepers are not willing to accept the high value of currency because it is very difficult to exchange. So in our conclusion, as a consequence of demonetization, tax evasion got reduced, more people are brought under the tax net, flow of black economy or black money decreased, digital transaction increase, market of mobile phone, internet services provider improved considerably. So these are the advantage of demonetization, and there are certain limitation or drawbacks of demonetization. Now if we discuss this in the impact of money supply, with the older 500 1000 notes being scrapped until the new 500 2000 notes get widely circulated in the market, so money supply is expected to reduce in the short run, but in future the new money printed currency will enter, then that will be gradually solve that difference or gap. The impact of liquidity position of the bank, it is believed that the 500 and 1000 notes which cease to be legal tender are to be deposited or exchanged in the bank, and this will automatically leads to more amounts being deposited on saving and current account of the commercial bank, which is increase the liquidity position. The impact of inflation, the RBI considered the consumer price index as its primary measuring the inflation, demonetization expected to have a negative impact on inflation. Consumer spending activity will um, decrease or withheld, and consumer are reduce their consumption, and for making any purchase except essential item, the consumers will postpone it. uh, Second, so next you can conclude that removal of old currency and implementation of new currency note are expected to remove the black money and temporarily stall the circulation of large volume of counterfeit currency. Thus, it is expected that demonetization will bring positive changes in our economy. These are some of the questions for evaluation. Write a notes on the need for demonetization in 2016. Define demonetization. Explain the demonetization. What are the objective of demonetization? Explain the advantage, disadvantage of demonetization, and critically evaluate the demonetization policy 2016. Thank you.